Tonight on News 5 Live, the police department brings in Dickie Bradley to explain the unfounded allegations against Elmer Na in the death of Farida Mod. An elderly man is knocked down and killed in a hit-and-run in Orange Walk. And the Commissioner of Police sets the record straight on crime stats in the face of charges being made by the opposition. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited Postpaid Plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart. Smart, your full-service communication provider.
Today we're here shopping at B-Mart. Today we're making the green super smoothie. Let's get after it.
Buying a car should be a great experience, and St. John's Credit Union wants to make it even better. But we offer more than just great low rates. We make the application process easy and make sure our members get the best service possible. At St. John's Credit Union, we offer excellent products backed by exceptional service. So the next time you are buying a new or used vehicle, take advantage of St. John's Credit Union's Drive Forward Auto Loan product. We'll put the buying power in your hands. Come and drive forward with our auto loans with rates as low as 9% and low or no down payments. Drive forward with St. John's Credit Union. Some restrictions apply.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Monday, January 9th. I am Sabrina Daly. The family of 74-year-old Romaldo Che is mourning his death after a driver knocked down the elderly farmhand and did not stop to render any assistance. The fatal road traffic accident occurred on Sunday night around 9:30 on the San Esteban Road in Orange Walk Town. Reports are that even as Che was struck, the vehicle dragged him several yards and still did not stop. An investigation is underway, but the driver has evaded the police. News 5's Dwayne Moody reports.
It was a most tragic way to die. 74-year-old Romaldo Che was riding his bicycle on Sunday night on the San Esteban Road in Orange Walk Town when he was knocked down and his body dragged about 500 feet. Gloria Mesh, one of 10 children, had the daunting task of identifying her father's body.
Last night I get the news. My niece sent me a message on what has happened. Yeah, and it was an impact for me to get a news like that. To find out that my dad died in such a tragedy like that.
Che was the farmhand at a property near the Orange Walk bypass and was reportedly heading to the place he called home when he was struck from behind. He was discovered upside down with a fractured skull, fractured left hand, and a large open wound on the left side of his back.
He do not live here at the village. He live at Orange Walk at the Petville area. Yeah, he would come and visit me every time, like on Sundays especially. And yeah.
They said he was riding his bicycle when a vehicle knocked him down and dragged him, never even stopped.
Yes, that is what the information I get from the police at Orange Walk. I can't explain how that would have happened, like somebody there driving and you knock someone like that. It have to be somebody that was in alcohol in their system to do something like that. I mean, like, that driver should know what happened. I believe they should know what exactly happened, transpire on that specific time. And if you're a driver and if you're driving, you knock something, you would know.
Mesh says that her father was a fun-loving guy that always greeted them with the phrase peace and love.
We normally sit down and talk. Like, he come and visit me, and we talk about what he's doing. He asks me about me here, too. He's always jovial to me. We run a lot of joke when he come here, and we talk. Yeah, we talk like a lot of fun things, and he like to run joke with me. And I am that type of person with him. And
Mesh is not too optimistic about getting justice for her father's death.
Hit and run accident happened. Nothing gets done, just like that. It happened. I heard it happened to many families out there that people get knocked down and nothing is done. And I know the person that is watching me there, he know exactly what happened. He know, and it is sad. They are very careless drivers out there. And remember, there are people there that have families too.
Dwayne Moody for News 5.
Up to news time this evening, no one has been detained in connection with a road traffic accident in which Romaldo Che lost his life. At a press conference this afternoon, Senior Superintendent Ilberto Romero shared brief details on the incident, asking for the public's assistance.
Police visited the San Esteban Road around 9:30 p.m. Where report was received there was a fatal road traffic accident. Upon the arrival, they saw a male person motionless with several injuries to his body and a bicycle in the area. Investigation revealed that Romaldo Che, 74 years, was riding his bicycle in the area when he was knocked down by a vehicle which did not stop. We are seeking the public's assistance to provide us with information regarding this fatal RTA.
On Saturday, after days of search, the body of Luke Hansen was recovered from the Belize River in the vicinity of Banana Bank. It was the third day of a search effort, and Belize Coast Guard personnel, as well as members from the Belize Search and Rescue Team, were back on the river along with family members when the discovery was made. The 8-year-old boy drowned last Wednesday afternoon when he went swimming with his brother and a cousin. The body was handed over to the Belize Police Department, where a post-mortem examination will be conducted. Police have arrested and charged 3 of their fellow law enforcement officers in connection with the death of Andrew McDougall back in December 2022. McDougall succumbed to injuries he sustained after being thrown into the pan of a police mobile while being detained. As a result, police formally arrested and charged 29-year-old John Lucas and 25-year-old Jamil Lewis for manslaughter. Additionally, 23-year-old Tessa Stewart was charged for perverting the course of justice. Today, all 3 officers were arraigned inside the Independence Magistrates Court, where Tessa Stewart pleaded not guilty and was offered bail in the sum of $1,000. No pleas were heard from John Lucas and Jamil Lewis. Both were remanded until the 27th of March. We heard from Commissioner of Police Chester Williams late this evening on this latest arrest.
We continue to demonstrate that when it comes to police misconduct, we're not going to shield none of our own. It serves us no good to do so. Police officers are trained to preserve life, not to take life. We're trained to be civil to the people that we serve, not to beat up on them. And so when police officers behave in the manner as we saw they did with the McDougall matter, they must be held accountable. And so what we did a thorough investigation. We submitted the file to the Director of Public Prosecution. And today we received instructions from that office to proceed with charges of manslaughter against those officers. And another officer was also charged for perverting the course of justice because it was established that she lied in her statement. So again, we want to be as transparent as we can to show the public that we're serious about dealing with our own when they step out of line.
Coming up, tragedy averted. Tourists trapped inside ATM cave get out safely.
Whether you're home or just home for the moment, the beauty that is Belize, every sun-kissed wave, every treasure discovered far beneath the surface, every pristine waterfall and majestic forest will captivate your senses and send your spirit soaring. With our fleet of comfortable, fast vessels and service second to none, San Pedro Belize Express is proud to be with you on every step of this breathtaking journey. Come ride with us to San Pedro or Key Caulker. We're your connection to the vibrant mystery of the jewel. The experience of a lifetime. San Pedro Belize Express Water Taxi. One wave, one journey, one magical moment at a time.
Belizeans deserve a fast, dependable, high-quality internet service in their homes for online, virtual classes, and to work from home. It's the new way of life. DigiNet is the #1 fiber service that is powering Belize's digital transformation. And now, this reliable fiber service is even more affordable with our new entry plan. For a limited time only, you and your family can enjoy 20 megabits per second of fiber service to your home for only $49 monthly. No more missed classes and interrupted meetings. It's costing you time and money. DigiNet is better than cable and better than wireless. Visit a Digistore today to sign up for the best home internet service in Belize. Come see what you've been missing. Same high quality, fast, and reliable fiber service, now at an even lower price. For more information, visit livedigi.com/diginet. Digi, our national telecom.
Every year, Belize loses thousands of acres of forest to wildfires. These fires threaten human livelihoods and property, destroy forest products, and endanger wildlife. Large amounts of smoke produced by wildfires can have serious impacts on our immune system and our respiratory and heart health. However, fires that are well planned and controlled can be beneficial to ecosystems and agriculture, while protecting human health and property by reducing the buildup of high-risk fuels, such as tall dry grass and dead trees. Ultimately, this can reduce the risk of wildfires. If you engage in the use of fire, please do so responsibly. You should always have a plan and a backup plan to avoid starting a wildfire. This includes monitoring weather patterns to avoid burning on very hot, dry, and/or windy days. Be a good neighbor by informing persons in your community that you are planning to burn. Have the right tools, enough water and manpower to control the fire. Also, never leave a fire unattended. Always ensure that you put it out properly. Fire management training in the central Belize area is available through your local NGO network. Contact the Belize Zoo at 613-4966 or education@belizezoo.org for more information. Do your part to protect life, health, and our natural resources.
It's time that we realize that we must work together to thrive. The world as we know it, the sky and below it. Could I never have more wonder? Yeah, with life and all you see and the climate's changing.
But hope is remaining.
And we can't ignore the future. It depends on you and me. One chance, all that we got. One voice, together we stand. Take care, the world where we live permite a todos vivir. Tomamos la oportunidad para guardar la humanidad. And I must leave no one behind because we are one climate, one Caribbean. One climate, one Caribbean.
Taking its name from the venerable father of the nation, the George Price Highway stretches 77 miles from Belize City to Benqueviejo. Originally built in the 1930s, this cross-country highway system is the artery that links Belize to Central America at the western border with Guatemala. That connection facilitates overland trade, supporting Belize's economic development. Winding its way across the scenic countryside, the George Price Highway from Roaring Creek to Esperanza has been fully reconstructed to meet international standards, with particular emphasis on road safety. A shorter and hassle-free commute is best enjoyed when everyone obeys the traffic laws. To reduce the number and frequency of road traffic accidents, it means that a seatbelt must be worn at all times and the speed limit observed when traveling along the highway. It also means that pedestrians must use sidewalks and crosswalks where available. Buses should only board and discharge passengers at a designated bus stop. Road safety is everyone's responsibility. It begins with you.
Ray, what's wrong? It's him. He hit me again. Oh my gosh. This time it was worse. He slammed my face in the wall and threatened to kill me. If you or someone you know is experiencing family violence, call 0800-A-WAY-OUT. Or you can text or WhatsApp to 672-9628.
The Social Security Board, in collaboration with the Labor Department, takes this opportunity to remind insured persons of the requirements for compensation when on sick leave. Any employee who has worked with an employer for at least 2 months is entitled to 16 working days of sick leave with full pay every year. This is how it works. Upon approval of a sickness or injury benefit claim by SSD, 80% of the employee's weekly insurable earnings is paid as a Social Security benefit, and the difference in the employee's salary is paid by the employer. This is to ensure that the employee does not suffer any loss of wages when ill. After 16 days, compensation for sick leave is paid as a Social Security benefit only. Some conditions apply. This message is brought to you by the Social Security Board and the Labor Department. Social Security Board, safeguarding you, your family, your future.
With the most comprehensive assortment of products and the many types of decorating methods available in Belize, CGI continues to be the leader in the printing, embroidery, and signage industry, catering to every person and business. Whether it's a personalized gift for that special person, promotional items for those promotions or giveaways, t-shirts for schools and businesses, advertising banners, and directional signage, we can print it all. With our manual and automatic screen printing equipment, we can deliver any size order on time. Digital printing on different outdoor media substrates at 200 square feet per hour. Let us deliver full-color banners, stickers, and vehicle wraps at the highest quality in a timely manner. Polo shirts and blouses, office uniforms for male and female, caps and other apparels are embroidered with our own embroidery equipment that delivers only the highest quality stitch by stitch. Our sewing department is fully equipped to sew jerseys, solar long sleeves, bags, gaiters, PE pants, among other apparels. So whether you need a rubber stamp, business cards, a personalized laser engraved mug, trophies and awards to recognize achievement, or useful promo items such as pens, bags, bottles, t-shirts to help in creating brand awareness, CGI is truly your best reliable choice. Managing all the printing methods in our facility allows us to have control over your order from beginning to end. Our core value is to offer the best service in the industry, delivering your order on schedule with a rapid turnaround time. CGI, providing useful products that promote. In Orange Walk, 322-2282. In Corozal, 422-0151. Online at www.cgipromos.com.
In the wake of the shocking murders of brothers John and David Ramnareis in Belmopan on New Year's Eve, the Belize Police Department, under public pressure to revisit the case of Farida Mod, who died in the presence of former woman police constable Michelle Brown, turned over a sheaf of documents to seasoned attorney Richard Dickey Bradley. Over the weekend, Bradley perused 170 pages, which included eyewitness accounts, as well as other statements given to police investigators regarding the incident. This was done to determine whether Corporal Elmer Na was ever mentioned as being a third person in the shooting incident involving the slain barber. According to Bradley, Inspector Wilfredo Ferrofino led the investigation in the wake of the incident, which occurred in Hattieville on December 27, 2017.
Inspector Ferrofino, who was the inspector into the murder of Farida Mod, says in his report that he received a statement from the professional standard branch from Raccoon Street, and as a consequence he decided he wanted to interview several members of the SAT, which is a special assignment team that WPC Brown belonged to and that Corporal Elmerna belonged to. They both worked on the 27th of December 2017 from out of the same Raccoon Street station. And as you would know, it was later that night that this very, very unfortunate and disturbing incident occurred. So, the several witnesses, and those witnesses range from a member of the Belize Defense Force and a civilian traveling on the Western Highway, the George Price Highway, and somewhere a little past the Hattieville police station, on a curve, they say a vehicle was coming in the opposite direction, and they heard, one person heard 3 loud bangs, the other heard the bang when the vehicle ran into a parked flatbed. They were the first responders.
According to Bradley, after poring over the documents, he was satisfied that there's insufficient evidence to support the claim that a third person was ever inside the vehicle at the time of the incident. He told the media during a press briefing this afternoon that the extent of Elmerna's involvement had to do with a pair of cell phone numbers that was registered to him. Even that could not confirm whether the threats that were being sent to Farida Mod came from those numbers. Here's how he explained it.
There is nothing to indicate like there's a possibility somebody's been in the back of the vehicle. We saw somebody run into the bush. We heard nothing. People who were at home, when they hear bang and peep out and see the vehicle, you know how Kofi of all the tribes in the country, we are the most interfering and curious, and we will run out the right away. Long as there's no rain, we're going. And nobody has said. So I'm emphasizing that point to say to you, gentlemen, that there is no indication to the investigators that there was a third person in the vehicle. The investigation revealed that yes, the 2 numbers are Mr. Nas numbers, and he gave a statement which confirmed that he had changed 1 number and had switched to a 610 number, which is the other number threats were coming from, and that he had given a family member, an elder family member, his first number. It could not be confirmed that, in fact, he was sending the threats. And the police came upon an app which showed that there is a way in which a person could make a call come from your number, although you did not send such a call or such a text. That is the only thing that now is in the file about. So if the commissioner beats his chest and tell you, looking at the file, man, find anything will show that we failed to investigate this person who is now accused of an even much more heinous offense. Accused, remember, we're all under the constitution of this country, innocent until proven otherwise.
Following Bradley's explanation, based on what he read from the police file, Commissioner of Police Chester Williams also addressed the matter. For reference, the case was revisited because of public pressure, including a call from the leader of the opposition for the Belize Police Department to reconsider Elmerna's involvement in that incident. This after his name was called on the stand by Michelle Brown, who stood trial in the death of Farida Mod.
I thank Mr. Bradley for his time spent perusing the file and to come this afternoon and speak to the public about his findings. Let me say that even in the aftermath of the Farida Mod death, there were speculations of members of a SAT team being involved. Like I said before, I was at PSB. And as a part of our investigation, we did our best to see if there was any evidence to substantiate that allegation then. And that's the reason why you would see that in Mr. Bradley's presentation, he took his time to explain the content of the statements. At no point in time during that entire investigation did any of the witnesses that were interviewed, and these are IC witnesses that were interviewed, made mention to the fact of there being a third person in the vehicle. All the witnesses who we spoke to said that they saw the vehicle crashing. They heard the bang coming from inside the vehicle. They saw the vehicle crashing. They went directly to the vehicle. At no point in time did they lose sight of the vehicle while they were going to the vehicle. When they got there, all they saw were two persons inside the vehicle.
The Belize Network of Non-Governmental Organization, BNN, has issued a press release expressing its profound sadness following the murders of brothers John and David Ramnareis and attempted murder of their wives in Belmopan. BNN says it joins John's colleagues at the Turnef Atoll Sustainability Association, TASA, and his former co-workers at the Wildlife Conservation Society, WCS, in honoring his memory as a true friend, a good Belizean, and a loving husband and father. In the same vein, BNN brought to the fore the tragic murder of American tourist Jabria Bowen in San Pedro and Burgers Key, and the October 2022 murder of marine biologist Celso Kawich in Harmonyville. BNN says it stands ready to support and lead, if necessary, efforts to identify the immediate and short and medium-term steps that need to be adopted to ensure the safety of citizens on the street, at the workplace, and in our homes. There was a scare at the Aktun Tunichil Muknal cave this afternoon when reports surfaced that a group of as many as 150 tourists was inside, trapped, when the water level rose inside the cave. The Belize Search and Rescue Team, better known as BSART, dispatched a team of rescuers. By the time the team got there, reports are that the water level had subsided and the tourists got out without incident. News 5 spoke via phone with the executive director of BSART, Wendy Garcia.
We got a call to assist in the rescue of some tourists in the ATM cave. So we responded to the team, and however, when we got there, the water had already receded in the cave, so the tourists were able to pass, and everyone came out safe from that area.
So it was that they were trapped inside the cave?
Yes, we got the information that they had roughly about 100 to 150 tourists that were trapped inside the cave because of the water level that went up. So we responded to the call. However, when we got there, the water had receded and the tourists could have passed, so we did not have to do any technical rescue at that time.
Fortunately, no one was injured in this incident, but BSART's executive director, Wendy Garcia, says that there must be better monitoring of the cave system by tour guides and others, because it could have been deadly.
NICH needs to put some more monitoring and aspect in place. It's the rainy season, the weather, they need to monitor the weather condition and all those stuff to see what the weather is doing. The rains have a big effect on the studying of these caves. So these guys need to constantly monitor the weather, monitor the levels of the water, and at some point they need to make a decision of when and where these tourists need to go into the caves. So these things does not occur, no?
But
so for the safety of everybody, they need to make strong regulation that when either the do the cave system or they don't because of the weather conditions and water levels.
Yeah, but thankfully there was no casualty, right?
Yes, that was the good part. The water came up and it went down, so that was the good part. However, it could have been worse if the water continued rising because of the rain. So, however, we got a delay with the rain, so it was good that no one got injured.
After the break, mother of burn victim makes appeal to the public for assistance. But first, here's the weather update with data from the Belize Met Service.
My name is Carlton Jack Young, and I've been fishing in these waters for over 40 years. I used to work fishing from I was about 15 years old. I was the #1 fisherman for the Cove for many years. I was a member of the Fishery Advisory Board who makes decisions on these fishing areas.
Fishermen like Jack Young can tell you about a time when it seemed Belize's bounty was never ending.
And when we get alongside the boat and we check, we had 100 mutton snappers.
But he can also tell you about the alarming differences in the number of available reef fish, such as the Nassau grouper, from then to now.
The fishermen, they go out there and they sit there for hours before they could catch some of them. They are not there like they used to.
Nassau groupers reproduce between the months of December and March. To ensure a good catch the following season, fishing of Nassau groupers is closed during the spawning season and carefully regulated the rest of the year. During the open fishing season, Nassau groupers must be landed whole and may not be less than 20 inches or greater than 30 inches. In Belize, there are 13 spawning aggregation sites where Nassau groupers and other reef fish are protected. These are Rocky Point, Mauger Key, Dog Flea, Key Buckell, Northern Two Key, Sandbore, South Point, Key Glory or Emily, Northeast Point, Gladden Spit, Nicholas Key, Seal Key, and Rise and Fall Bank. Consumers have a part to play as well. By declining to purchase the critically endangered Nassau grouper, especially non-regulation size, you help ensure populations have a chance to restock. By adhering to regulations and protecting spawning sites, we can support fish stock replenishment and the livelihoods of future fishermen.
If they do it the right way, we might have it for a little longer. But if they don't do proper control, we'll lose it entirely.
Westtrac Limited is committed to working hard every day to ensure you get the right products at the most affordable price. We strive to have the greatest selection of quality, affordable, and timely products and services that will enhance your personal or corporate lives. With an extensive line of products, we'll be sure to have what you need. For even faster service, you can contact us on Facebook, WhatsApp, or by email. We look forward to seeing you come through our doors at your nearest Westtrac branch today.
There are 3 categories to choose from: budget, economy, island lux. Try our services today and earn loyalty points on each ride to get cashback deals on your next ride, or sign up to be a Medriva driver. Just be sure to have your police record on hand. Transportation services at your fingertips. Download the app today. Medriva, opening doors to new opportunities.
Environmentally degradable plastics, or EDP, are plastics that are affected by a combination of environmental conditions that cause the plastic to break down within an acceptable time frame. They are specifically designed to degrade into carbon dioxide, water, and other biomass substances. The level of breakdown can vary based on standard test methods appropriate to the plastic. Click on the link below to see what you can do to help end the nightmare of single-use plastics. I'm Alison Castillo, and now you know.
Join us for an engaging and inspiring service from Sagebrush Church that the whole family will love. Each week, you will join us for an engaging and inspiring service from Sagebrush Church that the whole family will love. Each week, you will have the opportunity to take part in amazing worship and learn how you can make your personal relationship with God a priority. Watch us on TV, stream us online, or visit us in person at one of our 8 physical locations. Go to sagebrush.church or download the Sagebrush app to find locations and times to watch.
Galenia Hospital, located in Cancun, Mexico's premier tourism destination, is a state-of-the-art healthcare facility that provides highly specialized medical services. We are Quintana Roo's biggest private hospital with board-certified doctors and staff. Some of our services include cath lab, adult intensive care unit, neonatal intensive care unit, emergency rooms, operating theaters, ambulance services, and more. We are a medically accredited hospital by JCI, Accreditation Canada International, and General Health Council, providing extraordinary care in every specialty, from our cardiology department to our neurology center. We are focused on treating the entire person, body, mind, and spirit. Contact us at medicaltourism@hospitalgalenia.com or visit our website at www.hospitalgalenia.com. Come to Galenia Hospital in Cancun for a truly personal medical care experience.
A Bella Vista Village resident is tonight fighting for his life inside the KHMH after experiencing third-degree burns to 75% of his body. On January 4th, Valeriano Pop was burning garbage outside of his home when the heap of waste suddenly exploded, causing severe injuries to his body. And tonight, his mother, Concepciona Choco, is making an appeal to blood donors and those with the means to assist financially with the cost of taking Pop abroad for treatment. Choco is a resident of Silver Creek Village and has been by her son's side since the incident. When we spoke with her outside of the KHMH, Choco explained that Pop almost died after the incident because a doctor at the Independence Polyclinic considered his burns as minor injuries and sent him home.
When I reached Independence Polyclinic, my son was laying on a bed and the security don't want anybody to enter because a person was already with him in the ward. So the person was his uncle, Anthony Pop, a police officer, was with him. So I pushed myself and I'm telling him, I need to see my son. He is my son. So the security put me inside, so come in and see your son. So when I reached, my son was on the bed with several burns on his body, and that was the shock I get. So I asked him, son, how did this happen? My son couldn't answer me, he was crying. So the doctor told me not to cry, he is okay, he can go home. So I asked him again, what? He can go home. It's just minor burns. But when I look at my son, to me it's not a minor burns. So I asked him again, doctor, will you send my son home? He said, yes, he can go home. While reaching Bella Vista, my son pinned away from us. He dropped, screaming. And I asked him, son, how did you feel, mom? I don't. All I tell you is to take care of yourself. I'm gone. My son gone, couldn't talk anymore. I asked my son, how did he get burns? Well, the only thing he tell me, Mom, I was burning garbage. Because he said he was so happy that evening, cleaning his house, washing his dishes, washing his clothes. So the last thing he was to do now is to burn his garbage. While burning his garbage, he told me that when he was already inside, while the garbage was burning. So when he returns back, because he is a guy that he's alone at home, he have fried chicken plates, soft drink that he finished eating. So that is the second time when he went and threw it in the garbage, and that is where the explosion happens.
And according to Dr. Melissa Diaz-Musa, the Director of Public Health and Wellness at the Ministry of Health and Wellness, an investigation has been launched at the Independence Polyclinic. Dr. Musa says her team is seeking to ascertain what the doctor said to Pop and his family.
I am aware of the situation, and the other director, Dr. Polanco, is also aware. We have sent out a request for it to be investigated, and we're waiting on reports with regards to what really transpired and what were the messages that were given to the family and all the information. But it's something that is currently being investigated, and I don't really like to talk about, especially in order to protect the patient and confidentiality as well. It's really difficult for us to say much on the air with regards to this case, but just to know that yes, we are investigating what happened in that incident.
The United Democratic Party has called for the removal of Minister of Home Affairs Karim Musa and Commissioner of Police Chester Williams from office on several occasions, where the perennial issues of crime and violence are concerned. Opposition leader Shine Barrow continues to echo that call in the wake of the bloody New Year's weekend. But today, Compal Williams came prepared to set the record straight and presented annual statistics on the murder rate dating back to 2012. He began by acknowledging the most effective political leaders and the Belize Police Department has work under.
The two most effective ministers I have worked with when it comes to addressing crime is Mr. Perifit for the time that he was minister and Minister Musa. And if you were to look at the country's murder rate per capita, you would see that it is actually the best we have had in over 13 years under Minister Musa. So yes, we're out of the global top 10. So how can you justify that this minister under whom the crime trend is certainly going down has failed, and when the others were there that were aligned with your party, and we were above 30 murders per capita annually, to you they were successful, and the one who have kept it below 30 is unsuccessful. I question what the leader of the opposition would regard as being successful.
When we return, no travel restrictions on countries reporting massive spikes in COVID infections.
Welcome to Design Depot. All in one place. Shop brands you know and trust, like Kohler. Welcome, GE Appliances.
Welcome.
Oran Windows.
Welcome.
Tiles from around the world.
Welcome.
Sherwin-Williams Paint and Coating. Visit us today at Mile 3 on the Philip Golson Highway or call us at 223-3768. Design Depot. All in one place.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited Postpaid Plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart. It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
I was 17 and in love, and I thought he loved me too. But now I know that a loving partner should not take away your choice of clothes you wear or the music you listen to. He should not take away your purse, car keys, or your phone so that when your family calls, you cannot answer. If your partner is controlling you, it is domestic violence. Call 0800 A Way Out or our cell phone number 672-9628.
The Belize Business Bureau is calling for a direct takeover of the nightly Bolito and Sunday lottery from Brad's Gaming Group Limited, which signed an exclusive license in June 2020 to conduct the government lotteries. That demand follows a letter that was written to Kim Chi, managing director of Brad's Gaming, in late December, where a number of concerns were raised by Narda Garcia, chairperson of the Lotteries Committee. The release from the BBB proposes that, notwithstanding Brad's failure to comply with the conditions of the license, all proceeds from such gaming activities should be applied wholly to the national health insurance. Furthermore, the organization recommends the introduction of a national electronic system of revenue with daily electronic collection from gaming, including Bolito, Sunday Lottery, Fantasy 5, Quick Pick, Scratch and Win, casino revenues, as well as retail shopping. The letter written to Chi also speaks to the establishment of a system in tandem with the Income Tax Department and the Lotteries Committee for the gathering of sales data. According to Garcia, Brad's has not consulted with the Lotteries Committee on this system, and it is unaware if and how Brad's collects, verifies, and records accurate sales data. In addition, Brad's has also failed to submit a statement of monthly revenue sales to the Commissioner of Income Tax in the format approved by the Lotteries Committee from November 30th, 2021 to November 30th, 2022. It was the Lotteries Committee's expectation that those apparent breaches would have been addressed following a claim brought against the company by Prime Minister John Briceño. Referring once again to the Bureau's release, the BBB states, quote, "Taxes should be collected, reported, and paid to government, with government getting its fair share on a daily basis, its fair share of revenue from these games of chance," unquote. Brad's Gaming Group Limited has until January 16, 2023 to respond to the letter written by the Lotteries Committee. It is the second week in 2023, and countries across the globe continue to fight high rates of COVID infections. China, the United States, and the United Kingdom are all now reporting increased cases of COVID-19. In Belize, there was a spike in confirmed cases over the last few weeks in December and into the new year. That infection rate is reportedly trending downward after peaking. Last Thursday, the Ministry of Health and Wellness issued a press release cautioning people against the spreading of COVID-19 misinformation after a text message that went viral led many to believe that a variant 5 times more deadly than Delta had been identified in Belize. It is suspect that those fears were driven by the increased number of confirmed cases reported over the last 5 weeks. Today, we heard from Dr. Melissa Diaz-Musa, the Director of Public Health and Wellness at the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
So in Belize, we have experienced 6 waves to date. The first 2 from the original variant, the third from Delta, and the third, fourth, and the fourth, fifth, and sixth from Omicron and its sublineages. As more information was discovered about COVID-19 and with the introduction of vaccines, countries were able to modify their response, and Belize did the same. We had seen quite high case fatality rate in the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic and for the first 2 years. And as that started to plateau due to the introduction of vaccines, as well as to the lesser severity of the Omicron variant, we were able to remove all public health measures and restrictions with regards to COVID on July 14, 2020 cases. So far, we know to date that there is no epidemiological evidence that these sublineages, particularly XBB and BQ.1, will be of any greater risk compared to other Omicron sublineages. The reproduction number, so the reproduction number is what we call the row, and that tells us how many persons would get infected from one infected person. And for Omicron, it was 5, and now for its sublineages, this number has gone up to 15. So if one person is positive, they have the potential to infect 15 other persons with the exact virus. So that really just speaks of the transmissibility of the COVID-19 Omicron variant and its sublineages.
As we said, several countries are reporting a spike in COVID-19 infections. Over the last 7 days, the UK has reported more than 70,000 new cases. In China, more than 107,000 new cases have been reported over the same period. According to Dr. Musa, the BA5.2 and BF7 variants account for 97% of all cases in that country. So should Belize consider temporarily closing its borders to countries now experiencing another wave of infections? Here is how Dr. Musa responded.
I want to quote from the Executive Director of CARPHA, that's the Caribbean Public Health Agency, Dr. John St. John. And she said that several coronavirus variants that are causing surges in the United States, the United Kingdom, and China have been circulating in the Caribbean since last year. She urged regional countries against shutting down their borders or implementing any travel restrictions as a means of curbing the spread of the virus. She continues to say that we are scientifically unjustified in trying to stop any particular country from coming to the region because of fear of COVID-19 variants, adding that we are not seeing the level of illness that we saw when Delta was circulating rapidly. Throughout the pandemic, the strength of our health system in Belize has allowed us to keep our vaccine uptake high and our case fatality relatively low at this point. The surveillance system in Belize is rigorous and it helps us to detect COVID-19 as well as many other infectious diseases quite efficiently and effectively.
Up next, diversions along the Philip Gosen Highway commence.
Did you know that there's a way to protect yourself from getting the hepatitis B virus?
If left untreated, hepatitis B can cause chronic liver infection and put people at a high risk of death.
Fortunately, a safe and effective vaccine for hepatitis B is available for everyone.
Hepatitis B is not only life-threatening, but highly infectious.
It is spread through contact with blood and other bodily fluids from an infected person.
Common modes of infection include mother-to-child transmission during birth, having sex without a condom, using unsterilized tattoo or piercing equipment, or even sharing razors, washcloths, or toothbrushes.
Remember, a tiny amount of blood, too small to see, is enough to infect you with hepatitis B.
There is no cure for hepatitis B, and symptoms often do not present themselves early, so many people might not know they are infected. The only way to know is to get tested.
So talk to your healthcare provider about getting tested and vaccinated to protect yourself and others from hepatitis B.
Everyone is potentially at risk of being infected, so don't wait to vaccinate.
Visit any healthcare facility countrywide to speak with a healthcare provider about getting tested and vaccinated for hepatitis B.
Dwayne Moody, Isani Cayetano, Marion Ali, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 Belize teams do whatever it takes. Go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 Belize on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Because news is now everywhere, all the time. And so are we.
Smart introduces Real Real unlimited postpaid plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart. It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
If you were traveling along the Philip Gosen Highway from Ladyville to Belize City today, you would have noticed that 2 new checkpoints have been set up. One near the junction with the airport road and the other at the roundabout near the entrance to Benny's apartments. These checkpoints were put in place in the wake of the public notice on vehicular loads restrictions for the Hullover Bridge, which took effect today, but also to divert those vehicles that surpass the prescribed weight. These checkpoints are expected to remain in place until later this year. But take note that the traffic officers will only be advising commuters for 1 week. Thereafter, you will be ticketed for violations. This evening, News 5 spoke with Chief Transport Officer Diane Vasquez.
Our role is to provide that support and guidance for commuters and travelers on the road to ensure that the weight with restriction is upheld and that these commuters know which direction they should go as a result of this public notice starting today. It is important to highlight that these officers will be out there for approximately 1 week guiding traffic, and after the week is over, then violators will be ticketed. So we're out there for 1 week providing this assistance and this guidance to the public. And after the 1 week, then we will begin ticketing violators. But so far, I'm informed that, the commuters have been compliant. So I am happy to hear that, and I'm encourage them to bear patience as we try to rectify the situation. They will be there for the week providing assistance and guidance, but they will remain out there as long as is necessary or advised by MIDH until the bridge situation has been resolved. So it's just for the week they will be providing that guidance. Thereafter, we will be enforcing and upholding these restrictions that were imposed by MIDH.
Is there a fine associated with that ticket?
Well, it depends on the type of offense. There are various offenses, but it can range anywhere from over $800.
The Belize National Blood Transfusion Service has been relocated. The blood bank was once housed inside a small wooden structure next to the Central Medical Laboratory. And according to Dr. Melissa Diaz-Musa, after decades of use, the structure has been deemed unfit for use. The Belize National Blood Transfusion Service is now located on corner of Leslie and Main Avenue in the Kingsport area, inside the same building at the Belize Diagnostic Center. Today, Dr. Diaz sought to clarify that the blood bank is not operating within the private facility. She also sought to dispel rumors that she is a relative of the proprietor from whom the ministry is renting the space.
Private facility that the blood bank is in. The blood bank has been functioning out of a Mennonite building for many, many years. And the building, if your camera team had gone there, would see that it's very dilapidated and very dangerous for us to use. In fact, we have been asked to move out. We've been looking for a place to rent for the blood bank, for relocation of the blood bank for many months. And in 2022, I think in the early part, we found 2 places, but by the time we got back the information from public service, etc., and we went back to the owners of the building, they had rented it out. Not a lot of people would wait for us at certain times. And then in fact, a third person that we had approached did not want a blood bank in their facility. They were looking for an office space. So at the 218 Main Avenue, the place where it's located now, they moved in, I think, earlier this week, and it's an absolute upgrade. And we're very proud that we have been able to provide this service at a new facility. It's you've done your interview already with Mr. Adrian as well, who has said that they are happy to have a one-stop facility. They can do everything there. They don't have to go back and forth to the central medical lab. And I went there myself last week, and there were quite a number of people waiting there. Now, just to make it clear that this is not operating inside a private facility. This is operating on its own. We have rented the entire space in that building downstairs and some offices upstairs. So it has nothing to do with the other facility that's there. It's a separate area.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available in both text and streaming video at channel5belize.com. You can also connect with us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/News5Live. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here at News 5, please remember to wash your hands, keep your social distance, and stay safe. Good night.